Stop. My parents had one daughter. So when the doctor said, kidney failure, I paid for my meal and left. I rented a basement that reeked of mold. Delivered food by day, dialysis by night. 3 years of hell. Finally, the hospital found a match. I'd saved $300,000. Time to come clean. I headed to their apartment complex and froze. They were getting into a Mercedes. My mind went blank. I followed them to the hospital. My hospital. Staff greeted them like VIPs. Dr. Harrison. Chief Mitchell. I trailed behind until I reached an office door. Mom's voice came through, cold and clear. Bump Emma's surgery. Give the kidney to the farm girl. Dad's reply was instant. We work here. Can't show favoritism. Mom, Dad, I'm your daughter, and you left me to suffer in silence? Dr. Carter's voice cracked through the door. Director Harrison, Chief Mitchell, are you sure about this? Emma's been waiting 3 years. 3 years of dialysis. She's barely hanging on. I've watched her waste away from 120 pounds to 70. She won't survive much longer. I clutched the bank card so hard my nails dug into my palm. My head was spinning. Mom's voice, sharp, final. Dr. Carter, we're Emma's parents. You think we don't know what kidney failure does? Just do what we said. Dad cut in, annoyed. Call Emma. Tell her the hospital made a mistake. She'll wait. My teeth sank into my cheek until I tasted blood. They're doctors. Hospital directors. I almost shoved the door open. Then Mom spoke again. Dr. Carter, Emma's not like her sister. The one who jumped off a building. Her sister was a failed experiment. But Emma? She learned young. At 3, she read our moods. Did chores without being escorted. At 12, she got her period and used toilet paper for a year because she didn't want to waste money. Mom's tone turned casual. Proud even. She's got kidney failure, sure. But she's surviving on her own. That's what we raised her for. A pause. Besides, if she passes this test, she'll inherit more money than she can imagine. So, let her wait a little longer. Kidney disease isn't fatal. She hung up. Overruled Dr. Carter. Gave my kidney to a stranger. I couldn't move. My whole body shook. 3 years of hell flashed through my mind. Hauling 3 bags of rice up 7 flights of stairs for a $2 tip. Sprinting 15 floors in under a minute to avoid late fees. Blood pooling in my throat. Every brutal memory crashed down at once. I doubled over, hand clamped over my mouth, staring at my scarred, punctured arm. Tears hit the floor. My phone buzzed. Surgery canceled. Another notification. A delivery order. From the hospital. A $3,000 cake. For some random patient's birthday. The note section had paragraphs of instructions. Today was my birthday too. They forgot. Something inside me snapped. I slammed the door open. I waited 3 years for that kidney. You had no right. My whole body shook with rage. I lunged forward and ripped the transfer form out of Mom's hand. Tore it to shreds. Emma, what are you doing here? Shouldn't you be out delivering food right now? Are you slacking off because you're feeling sick? Did you forget everything we taught you? Mom's face twisted in disgust. She didn't answer my question. Didn't even flinch. Just looked me up and down like I was trash. We taught you to respect your elders. Is this how you talk to your parents? You've got 3 seconds to try again. She grabbed my faded sleeve and yanked me closer. 3, 2. My throat burned. I said, why did you give away my kidney? You don't get to do that. I screamed it in her face. Dad's hand cracked across my cheek. Emma, watch your mouth. We gave away your kidney because we raised you. We put you through college. We made you into something. Most girls get spoiled and end up nowhere. You should be thanking us for toughening you up. His voice was ice cold. A little suffering now, and you'll thank us later. Giving that kidney to the farm girl is your final test. This isn't up for debate. They stood there in their massive office, staring at me like I was nothing. Just like when my sister got bullied at school because of their poverty training. Just like when she jumped off a building. And all they said was, weak-minded. Can't handle a little hardship. Mentally unstable. My sister died thinking we were broke. Thinking she was a burden.
It was all a lie.
I dug my nails into my palms. That kidney is mine. I'm not giving it to anyone. If you sign it away, we're done. I'll cut ties with you both. I turned to leave. An ashtray exploded against the door. Glass shards sliced my cheek. You ungrateful little. Who the hell do you think you are? Walk out that door, Emma, and you'll never see a dime of our money. I stopped. Smiled. I've lived 20 years and never seen a cent of your wealth anyway. Keep your money. I don't want it. But that kidney? That's mine. And I'm getting it back. I walked out. Took the elevator down. Outside the hospital, I pulled out my phone and dialed. Yeah, I need to report medical malpractice. Dr. Michael Harrison and Dr. Claire Mitchell. They're using their positions to steal my kidney donor match. What's your relationship to these individuals? Do you have proof? The operator's voice was calm. My throat closed up. They're my parents. Her voice jumped. Your parents stole your kidney? And gave it to some random stranger? I spilled everything. Back in my basement, I waited. Hours crawled by. Nothing. Not one call. Not one text. 3 hours later, Mom's name flashed on my screen. You've got some nerve, Emma. Reporting us? Your own parents. We should have drowned you at birth. A beat of silence.
Fine.
You want the kidney? Take it. But the surgery's $400,000. You got that. She practically laughed. We're trying to help you, sweetie. There'll be other kidneys. Just be a good girl, and... I slammed the phone down. Called Dr. Carter immediately. I'll get the money. I'm having that surgery. He exhaled hard. Emma, kidneys only last 36 hours once harvested. Clock's ticking. I fired off texts to every college friend I had.
Please.
I'm begging you. Then dragged myself back onto my delivery bike. 30 hours. I couldn't lose this. I didn't sleep.
Didn't eat.
Didn't stop. Delivered like my life depended on it because it did. Last order. Some bougie gated community. I dialed the customer. Hi, your foods. Honk. 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 Move it, delivery girl. I spun around. Mom and Dad. Dressed like they were heading to the Met Gala. In the back seat sat a bald, ghost-pale little girl, clutching a $3,000 cake. I just stood there. Two worlds. Same street. I stepped aside. The security guard practically worshipped them. Dr. Harrison and Dr. Mitchell are angels. That's the 19th kid they've sponsored. God, imagine being their kid. Talk about winning the lottery. Winning the lottery. I caught my reflection in the car window, sunken eyes, skeletal frame. I let out a bitter laugh and walked away. 30 hours. I clawed together $400,000. Shoved it through the cashier's window. My legs buckled. Vision went black. Then someone grabbed my head and slammed it into the glass. You stole my daughter's kidney? Give it back, you selfish little bitch. My skull cracked against the window. The man's breath was rancid. His hands were filthy, rough. Behind him, a teenage girl sobbed in her mother's arms. The woman shrieked at the crowd. Look at her. She stole our kidney. We waited a year. Dr. Harrison and Dr. Mitchell told us what she did. My baby's been on dialysis for a year. We're dying inside. People swarmed. Someone hurled a pill bottle at my head. I hate people like you. We're all sick here. What makes you so special? The hospital's rage, fear, pain, desperation. All of it crashed down on me. Shoved to the floor. Kicked. Hit. Stomped. I curled up tight, arms locked over my head. Security finally pulled them off. I staggered up, gasping. Then the man roared, triumphant. I destroyed the kidney. You wanted to steal my daughter's kidney? Well, take it. I destroyed it. You're never getting that surgery now. My mind went blank. I just stared at his twisted, laughing face. Then Dr. Carter rushed over, breathless. Emma, I'm so sorry. The kidney's gone. You'll have to wait for another one. I shoved through the crowd like a zombie. Back in my basement, I curled into a ball. I just wanted to live. Why is that so hard? 2 days. No food. No water. On the third day, my phone rang. Emma, turn on the news. Dr. Harrison just performed a kidney transplant. My friend's voice hit me like a sledgehammer. I grabbed my phone, pulled up the city's top medical headline. Dr. Harrison and Dr. Mitchell fund life-saving kidney transplant for rural teen. Photos everywhere. Mom and Dad in white coats, beaming next to the girl. Standing beside her, the couple who'd attacked me. The kidney wasn't destroyed. It was all a lie. I doubled over and puked. Bile. Blood. I scrolled through the whole article. Every word praised them. Selfless. Heroic. Compassionate. 3 years. My kidney. Handed to a stranger. I laughed. Bitter. Hollow. Then I saw the announcement. Public commendation ceremony for Drs. Harrison and Mitchell. Sponsored by the families they'd helped. State media invited. I checked the time. Grabbed the flash drive from 10 years ago. The video of my sister's death. Dragged myself to the hospital. Dr. Harrison, Dr. Mitchell, you're saints. If it weren't for you, I'd have jumped off a building with my kid. The hospital courtyard was packed. Mom and Dad stood in the center, surrounded by grateful parents. Smiling. Humble. Perfect. Reporters shoved microphones in their faces. It looked like a goddamn movie. I pushed through the crowd. I've got a knife. I'm gonna kill someone. Move. Everyone scattered. A circle opened around me. Mom and Dad's warm smiles froze. Dad hissed under his breath. Emma, not now.
Leave.
Now. I ignored him, turned to the crowd, to the cameras. They're my parents. 10 years ago, they drove my sister to suicide. Now, they're trying to kill me, and I'm gonna show you all the proof. I hit play on the video and cranked the volume. Everyone froze. The video crackled to life. My sister's voice, hollow, broken, echoed across the courtyard. Mom, Dad, you want me dead? Fine, I'll do it. Mom and Dad went white. Shut it off. Emma, I'm ordering you. Turn that off right now. Dad lunged for the recorder. I dodged. Turned to the cameras. 10 years ago, my sister got bullied at school. Over and over. Finally, she fought back. Cracked some kid's skull open. Hospital bill? $1,000. She called her parents for help. They screamed at her. Told her we were broke. Told her to die. My voice cracked. So she did. She jumped off a building thinking she was protecting us. Thinking we had nothing. Tears blurred my vision. I gripped the recorder tighter. I grew up the same way. They drilled it into me. We're poor. We can't afford anything. So when I got diagnosed with kidney failure 3 years ago, I didn't ask for help. I rented a basement, delivered food, did dialysis alone. A few days ago, the hospital told me they found a match. I'd saved $300,000. I thought finally, I can tell them. Finally, I can get help. I laughed. Bitter.
Raw.
Turns out my parents, who couldn't spare $1,000 for my sister, are the hospital's director and chief of staff. And they stole my kidney. 3 years of waiting. My only chance to live. They gave it to someone else. My voice rose to a scream. What gives them the right? Silence. Then someone shouted from the crowd. How do we know you're telling the truth? You say you're their daughter. Prove it.
Yeah.
She's crazy. Get her out of here. Security. Someone call security. I pulled out the knife, smiled coldly, turned back to my parents. Mom, Dad, they're saying I'm not your daughter. God, I wish that were true. I wish I'd been born into a normal family, but I wasn't. So, I'm here to get justice. For me. For my sister. I'm going to destroy you. Dad's hand twitched. He almost slapped me, but he saw the cameras. The crowd. He froze. Emma, this isn't the time for your tantrum. Go home. We'll talk later. He pulled out his phone, called security. Get someone over here. Now. Remove her. Immediately. Mom stepped forward, touched his arm gently, her face soft, apologetic. I'm so sorry, everyone. She is our daughter, but she's not well, mentally. Look at her. And you don't even care? I stepped back, but I don't need your guilt. I'm taking justice into my own hands. I'm going to ruin you. I dialed Dr. Carter. Dr. Carter, it's time. Before I came to the hospital, Dr. Carter called me. He said they'd threatened him, forced him to be part of the scheme, backed him into it. He regretted it, wanted to come clean. When he heard I was heading to the hospital, he offered to expose everything. This time, with Dr. Carter as a witness, they couldn't twist the truth. I hung up, looked at my parents' furious faces. A rush of satisfaction hit me. This nightmare was almost over. Emma, why are you calling Dr. Carter? Don't you know he's been suspended for violating hospital policy? What did he tell you? We're your parents. You think we'd hurt you? You'd rather believe some stranger than your own family? Mom's face twisted with rage. She grabbed my wrist. Hard. You're coming home. Now. I yanked my arm free. Home? Which one? The dump I lived in for 20 years? Or your mansion? I stepped back. Waited for her answer. She didn't get the chance. Dad's hand cracked across my face. Emma, have you forgotten everything we taught you? You think it's appropriate to humiliate your parents in public? I'm giving you one more chance. Apologize. To us. To these people. To the reporters. Do that and we'll forgive you. I laughed. Tasted blood. Forgive me for what? For you pretending to be poor for 20 years? For crushing my self-worth? For stealing the kidney I waited 3 years for? If that's what you mean, I don't want your forgiveness. I want you to pay. My cheek throbbed. Blood pooled in my mouth. My stomach churned. I doubled over. Mom grabbed my arm, wrenched me upright. Emma, don't you dare talk to your father like that. Everything we did was for your own good. You think you'd have gotten into college without us? This is how you repay us. Her nails dug into my skin. I couldn't fight back. Stop faking, Emma. Kidney failure doesn't kill you. You're just playing victim for sympathy. We're not falling for it. Her voice echoed in my ears. I felt ice cold. Blood kept rising in my throat. Emma, are you even listening? Her voice faded. Blurred. I looked at the crowd. Shock. Disgust. Pity. They were staring at me like I was insane. And the people who destroyed me? Standing right beside me. Pretending to care. I smiled. Bitter. Broken. Then I heard it. Emma, are you okay? Dr. Carter sprinted over, drenched in sweat. Officers, these are the ones. They stole her kidney donor. Violated every medical regulation in the book. He grabbed my hand, tried to pull me up. Mom's grip tightened on my arm. You actually called the police? Her voice cracked with disbelief. You called the police on your own parents? You ungrateful. She raised her hand to slap me. An officer caught her wrist mid-swing. Claire Mitchell, Michael Harrison, you're both under arrest for medical malpractice, abuse of power, and fraud. You have the right to. Fraud? What are you talking about? Mom shrieked as the cuffs clicked shut. Dad stepped forward, forced a smile. Officers, I think there's been a misunderstanding. My wife and I are law-abiding citizens. We'd never. Dr. Carter was fired. He's lying. This is revenge. The officer pulled out his phone. We have a recording of you stealing your daughter's kidney. Care to explain that? He hit play. The courtyard went silent. Every word from that day in the office, clear as day. Mom's voice. Bump Emma surgery. Give the kidney to the farm girl. Dad's voice. We work here. Can't show favoritism. The recording ended. No one moved. Wait, they really stole their own daughter's kidney? I can't believe it. That's their voices. But they've helped so many people. Yeah, but look at their daughter. She's barely alive. So, the mental illness thing was a lie? And they drove their other daughter to suicide over $1,000. The crowd inhaled sharply. Shock. Horror. Disgust. Every eye turned to my parents like daggers. You don't understand. Mom screamed. This was an experiment. A new kind of parenting. She rattled her cuffed wrists at the crowd, then jabbed a finger at me. Emma, you're only successful because of US. You ungrateful little brat. Tell them you volunteered to give up the kidney. The recording's fake. Say it. I didn't move. Mom broke free from the officer's grip, lunged at me. Emma, say it. Say it. Her hands clamped onto my shoulders, shook me violently. My vision went black. The officers pulled her off. Mrs. Mitchell, stand down. She thrashed against them, face twisted with rage, stared at me like I was a disease. I didn't understand what Dad meant. Not until a month later, when Dr. Carter found me again. Emma, the hospital got another kidney match for you. His voice cracked with relief. This time, no one can take it away.
He paused.
Eyes red-rimmed. Emma, I'm sorry. For everything. I should have fought harder. But this time, you're getting that surgery. You're gonna live. He personally walked me through the pre-op tests. Then he saw the results. His face went white. No, this can't be right. My stomach dropped. Emma, the surgery's high risk. Extremely high risk. He looked at me like I was already dead. There's only one surgeon in the country who can do this. A pause. Your father. His words hung in the air. If you want the surgery, you'll have to sign a pardon. They'll walk free. I went back to my basement, stared at the ceiling all night. The next morning, my phone rang. Dad's voice. Emma, sweetheart. You got the news, didn't you? You know I'm the only one who can do surgery. I didn't understand what Dad meant. Not until a month later, when Dr. Carter found me again. Emma, the hospital got another kidney match for you. His voice cracked with relief. This time, no one can take it away.
He paused.
Eyes red-rimmed. Emma, I'm sorry. For everything. I should have fought harder. But this time, you're getting that surgery. You're gonna live. He personally walked me through the pre-op tests. Then he saw the results. His face went white. No, this can't be right. My stomach dropped. Emma, the surgery's high risk. Extremely high risk. He looked at me like I was already dead. There's only one surgeon in the country who can do this. A pause. Your father. His words hung in the air. If you want the surgery, you'll have to sign a pardon. They'll walk free. I went back to my basement, stared at the ceiling all night. The next morning, my phone rang. Dad's voice. Emma, sweetheart. You got the news, didn't you? You know I'm the only one who can do surgery. You know I'm the only one who can do surgery. Sign the pardon. Let me and your mother out. We'll forgive you. After the surgery, we'll be a family again. He paused. Let it sink in. And you know we've got money. A lot of money. We've been saving our whole lives. It'll all be yours. Another pause. But we do have one condition. You know how important reputation is in our circles. So, after the surgery, you'll undergo a psychiatric evaluation. Publicly, we'll say you've been mentally ill, that you're going abroad for treatment.
His voice softened.
What do you say, Emma? I laughed coldly and hung up. If Dad's the only surgeon in the country who can do this, fine. I'll go abroad. I'm done being their hostage. They're going to pay for what they did. I blocked both their numbers. Then I called my old college professor, the one who'd always looked out for me, told him everything. My hands shook the whole time. Emma, why didn't you tell me sooner? His voice broke. If I'd known, I never would have let this happen to you. He took a steadying breath. Don't worry. I'll pull every string I've got. I'll cash in every favor. I'll find you a surgeon. I promise. He hung up. For the first time in weeks, I felt something other than rage. Warmth. Someone who wasn't family, who owed me nothing, was fighting for me. Back at the hospital, I waited in a cold metal chair. Even if this didn't work out, there'd be another chance. The important thing? I was free. Free from their shadow, their lies, their control. My phone buzzed. Emma, I found someone. My professor connected me with a top surgeon abroad. I was wheeled into the operating room fast. As the doors swung shut, I caught one last glimpse. Dr. Carter and my professor, eyes filled with worry. The fear melted away. I'd spent my whole life starving for love. That's why, even knowing my parents didn't give a damn, I'd still given them all my savings. Desperate for attention. Just a crumb of comfort. That's all I wanted. Instead, they slapped me in the face with reality.
But now?
I was free. The anesthesiologist started counting down. I drifted off. For the first time in 20 years, I slept without pain, without their voices crushing me. When I opened my eyes, the ceiling was white.
Bright. Clean.
Doctor. Nurse. She's awake. My professor's voice.
Warm. Relieved.
The surgeon spoke in English, smiling. Congratulations. The surgery was a success. Success. I was alive. I was healthy. Tears spilled over. Every ounce of fear, every buried sob, it all came pouring out. Emma, don't cry. You've been through hell. From here on out, it's all uphill. That's right. Today's your rebirth. Your life's just starting. I wiped my eyes, laughed through the tears.
Yeah.
It's just starting. 3 months later, I was strong enough to attend the trial. Mom and Dad sat in the defendant's box.
Pale. Haggard.
Nothing like the polished doctors they used to be. When they saw me walk in, healthy, alive, their faces twisted. Mom snarled. Emma, you ungrateful little bitch. You're dragging your own parents to prison. You think karma won't catch up to you? You think you won't already for this? She screamed until the officers hauled her out. Dad just stared.
Silent.
Furious. Finally, he spoke.
Emma.
You're really doing this? You're really sending us away? His voice dropped.
Cold.
Don't forget, we got you into college. We made you who you are. Without us, you'd be nothing. We'll get out eventually, but when we do, you won't see a cent of our money. 3 months in jail, and they still felt zero guilt. I'd expected that. I turned to the judge. Your Honor, my parents lied to me my entire life, pretended we were poor, crushed my self-worth. They drove my sister to suicide. And 3 months ago, they abused their positions as hospital directors to steal my kidney donor match. My voice steadied. They destroyed my body and my mind. I'm asking the court to hold them accountable, and I want financial compensation for what they did. The trial ended. They got what they deserved. I took my sister's ashes to the coast. The wind was salty and sharp. I stood on a cliff and let her ashes scatter into the sea. Tears blurred my vision. You're free now, sis. We both are.